rewrite your brain, rewrite your story, and life will literally be a reflection of how you feel. The story you keep telling about yourself is what your life is about. And many of us are actually telling stories that we don't really want to tell. We tell stories on how bad we feel, on how unfair things are, or I have a headache. We keep saying things that are the opposite of the life that we really want. Because what you say is what you feel, and that's how your life is, because life is a reflection of your feelings. It's an attraction. Everything you feel, you will think, and what you think is how you will act. And how you will act is what you will attract in life. And many of us don't realize this because we are taught by people that say that life is unfair, life is bitter, life is things like that, life is hard work, life has to be in a certain way. But it's time for us to realize that we can literally do whatever we want. And the stories we tell on how we want things and how things are is how our lives will be. So if you're saying, when people ask you, how are you doing? Instead of saying, life sucks and whatever as most people say. I don't think they say mostly life sucks, but mostly they have always something to complain about. And if you tell how great your life is, people don't care anyways really on when they ask you literally how life is going. Only your real friends do. But when people ask you, how's your life? Instead of saying the negative, try saying positive things. Even though it is maybe not 100% like that, because you will literally rewrite your brain with what you keep repeating. So if you keep repeating optimistic and positive stuff in your life, you'll start to feel more positive and optimistic as well, and you start to act like an optimistic and positive person. Because how you feel is how your life around you will be reflected to you. And it's time to rewrite your story by rewriting your brain. Because our brain is basically a big pile of memory that keeps repeating the same things over and over again until you start to realize that you have a saying in this. You can literally change it by keep repeating things. Same thing as that when you exercise, and if you keep repeating it long enough, you'll become stronger and your muscles start to grow. But if you do it every now and then, nothing really happens, right? And that's basically how life works, because same thing as everything in life, repetition is key. You have to keep repeating things to yourself in order to become better in life, in order to improve. Same thing as everything. If you start a business, you're not going to be successful from the start. You have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again until you start to really get the hang of it. And our subconscious also is like that. You have to literally rewrite your brain by keep repeating things, and so that your subconscious thinks that this is now how you should live. Because we are very habitual creatures. Habitual. And we have to keep repeating things over and over again. I said the word repeating over and over again as well for you to really understand it, so that we can literally become a new person. Because right now yours in a certain way is because you have kept doing the same thing over and over again for such a long time that you're now a certain way. You're acting in a certain way, you're thinking in a certain way. But it doesn't mean that you are like that forever. We can literally be a different person a week from now or a day from now because we decide to be. That doesn't mean that you're not yourself, because many of us think that I want to be myself. Because what is yourself really? Your true literal self when you were a kid, that is who you really are. That curious person that is not afraid of making their clothes dirty, that loves to run in the rain and doesn't complain about the rain and doesn't complain about how hot it is outside and all those kind of things, because that is who we really are. We are not complaining from origin. We are actually truly peaceful people, but our parents and the news and all the narratives in this world have changed us into becoming who we are today. And it's time for us to realize that by repetition, by keep repeating things over and over again and rewriting your story, and by telling things positively instead of negatively, you influence yourself into becoming a more optimistic and positive person. And many of us, we complain a lot. It's too hot outside, and when it's raining, it's too wet outside. It rains so much. And when it's cold, oh, it's so cold, you know. But when it's hot, you want the cold, and when it's cold, you want the hot, and it's never good enough or something. But it's time to let all of that go. Start talking to yourself in a way that you start realizing when you are complaining, this is the old me, I'm not doing that anymore. When you start talking bad about other people behind their backs, that is not you anymore. Stop it. Because that says a lot more about you than it says about the person that you're talking about in the first place. Because you're basically complaining about them. So you're the one that feels the emotion of something negative because of another person. And that other person has nothing to do with you in your life. And I see many of us think that it does, but it doesn't. How another person lives, no matter how annoying that is to you, no matter how it is against what you believe in, it has nothing to do with you. So let them be. And start to realize that all those things like gossiping, like talking bad about the weather, complaining overall, is writing your story or telling your story the wrong way. And you want to tell your story in a positive way because you want to be more happy in life and you deserve so much better than you're getting right now. But the only thing is, you have control over it yourself, and you have to realize that you have to change something in order to make it better. And it's all onto you, and you have to do it, and you have to decide today that your life is going to be different from now on. And catch yourself when you're saying negative things. Catch yourself when you're complaining. Catch yourself when you're gossiping. We're all doing it. Don't see that it's like a complete bad thing either. We're all doing it because we want to feel better. Therefore, we complain about others so that we think that we are better because of it. We make ourselves think that we feel better because we are better than other people, but we're not. Everybody lives different lives. Everybody is their own person. And what they're doing has nothing to do with us, no matter if you're against or like it's not within your moral standards. Not everybody is the same, and we should accept each other for who we are. But that starts with yourself. So create a better story. Rewrite your brain, rewrite your story. And life will literally be a reflection of how you feel. So when you start to feel better, better things will come into your life. Better feeling emotions will come to you. Better feeling experience will come to you. Better feeling people will show up in your life. Because everything will be reflected to who you are in life, who you truly are on a subconscious level, not who you think you are, but who you truly are from the inside. So be honest to yourself. How are you feeling right now? And what are you saying every day in order to feel like that? Because it's mostly because you feel negative in certain ways, because you speak negatively. You're either gossiping, you're complaining, anything like that. Rewrite your story. Say that everything is good. Everything is fine. Everything is amazing. Life is beautiful. Look at the sunshine outside. Look at the rain outside. Smell the plants outside when it just rained. Everything is amazing. Don't you love that smell when it just rained and you go outside and you smell that? That's the good from it. See the good in everything and start changing your life today. Alright, that was it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Click on that subscribe button down there if you really want to. And also don't forget to click on the thumbs up so that we can share this message to the world. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Jay Well. Stay well and stay healthy. And I see you in the next video. Peace, bye, and doei, which is Dutch for bye. Later.